We are absolutely swimming in text data. Think about it. Articles, emails, social media, it's everywhere. But how do we get a computer to do more than just see the words and actually, understand what they mean? That is the huge challenge of natural language processing. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a really key part of the solution.
Right, so this is the big question, isn't it? If I tell you, the big red dog chased the cat, your brain just instantly gets it. You know who did what to whom. But to a computer, that's just a sequence of letters and spaces. So the trick is to teach it to see the structure, to see how the words relate to each other. And that leads us to this really core idea in the world of NLP. And that idea is called semantic chunking. It sounds a little fancy, I know, but the concept is super simple. It's all about breaking text down into meaningful groups. So instead of a computer just seeing a random pile of word bricks like the big red and dog, chunking helps it group them together into a single idea, a noun phrase, the big red dog, or a verb phrase like chase the cat. It's really the first step for a machine to actually comprehend text. And to do this, we've got some amazing open source tools.
So here's our game plan. We've just talked about what chunking is. Now we're going to meet the main toolkits you'll use, NLTK and spaCy. After that, we'll look at a couple of specialists, Stanza and Polyglot. And then we'll wrap it all up by helping you figure out which tool is the right one for your job. Let's jump in. First up is a true classic, the Natural Language Toolkit, or NLTK for short. The best way to think about this one is as the ultimate educational sandbox. If you're studying NLP or you just really want to understand the nuts and bolts of how these algorithms actually work, NLTK is almost always where you start.
See, NLTK's real strength isn't about giving you a single magic button that does everything. Not at all. Instead, it gives you all the individual pieces, all the building blocks of NLP, so you can actually learn how they fit together. It's made for exploring, for getting your hands dirty, and really understanding core concepts, like building your very own chunker from the ground up. And don't go thinking it's just an English-only club. NLTK has resources for over 20 languages. Now, while that's not as huge as some of the other tools we're about to see, it makes it super versatile for a ton of academic projects. It's perfect for learning those fundamentals that apply no matter what language you're working with.
Okay, so if NLTK is the learning lab, our next tool, spaCy, is the high-tech factory. This library is built from the ground up for one thing, making real-world applications that are incredibly fast, super efficient, and ready for production from day one. The massive difference here is that spaCy uses pre-trained models. So unlike NLTK, where you're often building from scratch, spaCy gives you these powerful, highly optimized models right out of the box. This means you can get sophisticated language understanding, including a crazy fast chunker, directly into your apps and get world-class performance without needing a PhD in linguistics. It's all about speed. And you can really see its focus on production when you look at its language support. With pre-trained models for over 70 languages, you can build one app that understands users from all over the world. That's a huge deal when you're building real products. So let's just put them side by side for a second. It really comes down to this. Do you want to learn how an engine works by building it piece by piece? That's NLTK. Or do you need a finely tuned, high-performance engine that you can just drop into your race car right now? Well, that's spaCy. They're just two different philosophies for two very different goals. But what if your needs are a bit more specific? What if you need research-grade precision, or maybe you're working with a language that most of the big tools just ignore? Well, that's where our specialists come in, Stanza and Polyglot. First up, Stanza. And really, the fact that it's developed by the Stanford NLP group tells you almost everything you need to know. This tool is all about state-of-the-art accuracy. It gives you an incredibly detailed analysis of text, from the basics all the way up to complex dependency parsing, which is like a super-powered version of chunking that maps out the entire grammatical blueprint of a sentence. When precision is everything, this is your tool. And all that academic firepower isn't just for English. With support for nearly 100 languages, Stanza lets you bring that deep, research-grade analysis to projects all over the world. And now for our final tool, Polyglot. And this one's mission is really unique and so important. Polyglot is designed specifically to support what we call under-resourced languages, basically the ones that often get left behind by the mainstream NLP tools. It's a true champion for linguistic diversity. The scale of its support is just mind-blowing. 196 languages. Let that sink in. If your project involves trying to find meaningful chunks of text in a less common language, Anything from Amharic to Zulu, Polyglot isn't just a good choice, it might be your only choice. An absolute multilingual champion. Okay, so we've met the whole lineup. We have the foundational learner, the production speedster, the academic heavyweight, and the multilingual champion. So let's bring it all together and answer that final question. Which one of these is right for you?
This table really breaks it all down, doesn't it? The key is just matching the tool to your task. If you're learning or you need that fine-grained control for a research project, you're going to start with NLTK. Building a fast, real-world app? Go with spaCy, no question. Need the most accurate linguistic analysis possible for a scientific paper? Stanza is your powerhouse. And for any project that involves a huge range of languages, especially the underserved ones, Polyglot is your hero.
And at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. There's no single best tool that wins in every situation. The real power comes from understanding your specific goal and then picking the library that was literally designed to help you get there.
So think about the text you want to understand. Think about the questions you're trying to answer and the story that's just waiting to be unlocked inside your data. You've met the toolkits. Now the only question left is, which one are you going to pick up first?